right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at Tesla recalls.
Okay.
Specifically, there was just a recent recall involving tire pressure monitoring systems.
Interesting.
And we've got some excerpts from a news article about this recall. So we're going to just take a look at, what are the details of this recall?
Okay.
Why does it matter? What does this mean for Tesla owners? And then what does it kind of reveal maybe about Tesla's recall history overall?
Sounds good.
So one thing I thought was really interesting is that, Tesla's issued several recalls just this year alone. And one of them even involved almost 2 million vehicles.
Wow.
Due to a problem with the bonnet.
That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, it's a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So let's get into the latest recall. What is going on with this one?
So this one impacts nearly 700,000 vehicles.
Okay.
And that includes Model 3s, Model Ys, and even the Cybertruck.
Oh, wow.
The issue is with the tire pressure monitoring system.
Okay.
And the warning light might not stay illuminated between drives.
So it goes off even though the tires are still low.
Exactly.
Oh, that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it's a concern.
Can you explain a little bit more about why those tire pressure monitoring systems are so crucial for safety?
Yeah, absolutely so. Proper tire pressure is super important for a lot of different things, like safe handling.
Right. Well,
braking, fuel efficiency even.
Yeah, you get better gas mileage.
Exactly. And so if your tires are low and you don't note about it, it's a lot easier to get into an accident.
Makes sense.
And these systems are there to give you an early warning.
Right.
So you can fix it before something bad happens.
Yeah, it's like peace of mind almost.
Exactly.
That's going to tell you when something's wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to constantly be checking your tires.
Yeah.
The car will tell you.
So even with all this, fancy technology and the self-driving features and all this stuff, a simple warning light can still be a problem.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Is this something that a software update can fix?
Yeah, luckily this is a relatively easy fix.
Okay.
They are going to issue a free software update to address it.
Okay.
And notification letters will be sent out on February 15th, 2025.
Okay. So they got some time.
Yeah, they're giving people a heads up.
That's good. At least it's an easy fix.
Yeah. It's definitely better than a recall. That requires a physical repair.
Yeah. Or having to take it in and have somebody do something to
Exactly.
us.
You don't want to be without your car.
Yeah, exactly. So this isn't an isolated incident. Tesla's had other recalls just this year.
That's right. You mentioned earlier the one in July.
Yeah.
For 1.8 million vehicles.
Yeah.
And that was for the bonnet issue.
Yeah.
So basically there was a secondary latch that was supposed to prevent the bonnet from flying open.
Oh, wow.
And it turned out that was malfunctioning in some cases.
Also, while you're driving,
yeah,
the bonnet could just fly up.
It could come open while you're driving.
That's really scary.
Yeah, it's a major safety concern for sure.
And then there was one in February as well.
Yeah, that's right.
For 2.2 million vehicles. Mm-hmm. And that was because some of the warning lights were too small.
Yeah, they were tiny little lights on the dashboard that were hard to see.
Oh, wow.
So they had to recall those and fix it.
So it was a visibility issue.
Yeah, it was a visibility issue, which is really important because those lights are there to alert you to potential problems.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
What about the Cybertruck? I feel like we've heard about some recalls with that.
Yeah, the Cybertruck has actually had its own share of recalls, even before hitting the market.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been recalled 7 times.
Wow.
Including one recently, involving 2,400 vehicles.
Wow, and this is before it's even available to buy.
It's crazy, right? A lot of them were due to software glitches.
Okay.
Some of them were with the touchscreen interface.
I see.
Others were with the safety features.
So they're still working out the kinks.
Yeah, it seems like it. There's still some bugs to be worked out.
Do you think there's a pattern emerging here with all these recalls?
That's a really good question. It's one that a lot of people are asking. Tesla is known for innovation.
Yeah. They're always pushing the boundaries.
They're always pushing the boundaries, right. But maybe that rapid pace of innovation is contributing to these issues.
Yeah, they're trying to do too much too fast.
Maybe they need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And focus on quality control.
Yeah, make sure things are actually working.
Exactly. They need to make sure that these complex systems are robust and reliable before they hit the road.
Yeah, before people are actually driving them around.
Right.
What do you think this means for Tesla's brand perception and customer trust?
That's another big question. Tesla has a really loyal fan base.
Yeah, they definitely do. People love Teslas.
They do. But I think these repeated recalls could start to erode that customer confidence.
Yeah, especially, like you said, for people who are new to EV.
Yeah. Exactly. If you're thinking about buying your first electric car and you see all these recalls, it might make you hesitant.
Totally. I think if I was looking at buying a car and I saw that it was being recalled so often, I'd probably be a little hesitant.
Yeah, I think that's a valid concern. And, reliability is super important for any car manufacturer, but especially for Tesla, because they're basically building a reputation for this new type of vehicle.
Yeah, they're like the pioneers.
Exactly.
So they got to get it right.
They're setting the standard.
So for all of our listeners out there, especially those of you who own a Tesla, how did these recalls make you feel? Does it affect your perception of the brand? Do you still trust the technology? What questions would you want to ask Tesla if you had the chance? So I guess just to kind of sum up, we've explored the details of this latest Tesla recall with the tire pressure monitoring systems.
Yeah.
We talked about, the safety implications. What does it mean if your tire pressure is low? And then we kind of looked at how this fits into like a broader pattern of recalls for Tesla. We talked about the one with the bonnet. We talked about the one with the warning lights. We even talked about how the Cybertruck has had a bunch of recalls. Yeah. Even though it hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So as we wrap up, here's a final thought. As electric vehicles become more and more complex and more reliant on software, how can manufacturers strike that balance between rapid innovation and rock-solid reliability?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
It's a tough one. It's a challenge not just for Tesla, but for the entire auto industry.
Yeah, and they're all trying to figure this out.
Exactly. We're kind of in uncharted territory here. As we enter this new era of transportation, we've only scratched the surface of Tesla's recalls today, so we encourage you to keep digging. Stay informed and form your own conclusion.